Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? So tonight we're actually going to take a little bit of a journey with me. Unfortunate for all of you. I'd just like to say thank you for all coming out and supporting our food bank just before we actually get into this.
Click. Click. There you go. You're on it now.
So let's start this off with a question. Has this ever happened to you? So we'll be sitting, we'll kind of paint the scene here. You're out for a good night with a few of your friends. Okay? Are we all picturing this? Are we all there? How many of you are one of those people who don't really like listening to your friend talk about his girlfriend for 4 hours? Yeah? That's me. At least one honest person here. So we tied, and we'll ruin it with politics. So it may be an upcoming election or just the normal day-to-day operations of what's going on, but you all are talking about this and you've thoroughly riled up everyone in your friend group and they all hate you for it, but we're pushing on. So you notice one of your friends is kind of sitting awkwardly in the corner, right? He's just sitting off to the side and doesn't really do anything and he's not really participating in the conversation, and that really bothers you, right? Sometimes? And he says something like this. And for me, this is where I kind of lose my mind. So anyone that knows me knows that this question, or this answer, bothers me immensely. And this is why we, myself and a few other of my friends, we've started a different group. So in the idea of, in the spirit, we're talking about an age of technology here. I'm assuming all of you have phones or some way of getting into the internet. It's not that hard to look up things about politics or things about that. And it was this question that really brought me to, okay, why don't people want to get involved in politics? And for me, the answer to that was genuinely people don't really care about it that much. So how do you make that happen? For me, and for a few of my friends at Nipissing University, and one from Canada as well, actually, this is how we created the Nipissing Canada Coalition for Political Awareness, or the NCCPA. So the NCCPA is a group dedicated to fostering political involvement on campus by giving students easy access to information, to things that are going on, those sorts of things. So one of the things we've done, and some of you may have remember this, was the municipal election debate. We hosted that back in October. But we've also done other things like bring in guest speakers, ran the NUSU executive debate, and also do other things. But the real question is why? Why do we do things like this? What is the point, right? People, a lot of people turn to me and say, well, Jordan, why do I care, right? Why should I care? It doesn't do anything for me in the moment. Well, I would argue that it does. It does a lot of things for you. It grounds you in the world around you. It gives you a real sense of what's going on. It opens the door to think critically about the world around you. And I know what you're all thinking. Who cares? Right? Wow. Great information, Jordan. Thank you for that. Now I'm going to go back to ignoring you and going back to ignoring politics. Well, don't. Please stay with me here. These three things here are vital to the understanding of our society. We cannot function as a society without doing these three things. Right? Are we all with me? Those sorts of things, you cannot function without them. And this grounding, we'll talk about grounding here first, is without this grounding, it's really hard to understand why people disagree with you. Right? You know how people get online and they start firing angry messages at each other? Without getting that grounding, we can't understand why the other person should disagree with you. Okay, so what about critical thinking? Who cares about critical thinking? We'll just take our information. Facebook's a great source of news. Without critical thinking, we can't really do much of anything. We can't think about how can we improve, and I think to that we can talk about a greater purpose. If we can create a greater purpose with politics and with our society, and yes, I know it sounds stupid, but we can get better. Our society can always get better. My next major criticism was, well, Jordan, what do I do with my free time? I've had somebody, and this is the best answer, what about my memes, right? And I think we can all attest to this. What about the memes? Yes, you will lose some of your free time to scroll through memes. I'm sorry. That's part of life. But there's so much more out there to being involved in your community and involved with the world around you that you will gain from that by just opening your eyes. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.